Hey everyone, this is Rocky from BusinessWritingTutorials.com, and this is just a quick video on how to use the Chicago Manual of Style to cite sources in your document. Just have to go to chicagomanualofstyle.org. You don't have to purchase the book or even make an account. You can just use this free quick guide. And the guide shows both systems in Chicago, the notes and bibliography style and the author date style. We're going to use the notes and bibliography style throughout these writing tutorials because it's a little more common in the business world to see, for example, reports with footnotes. So that's what this means, is you're just going to create footnote numbers throughout your document and then add your notes into the bottom of the page. I'll just show you how to quickly do that. So you can look down, there's just some models for some of the most commonly cited sources. So for example, a book with one author, book with two or more authors, scholarly journal articles, newspaper articles, website content, things like that. Now obviously if you had access to the full Chicago manual, you'd have a ton of more information. It can be a little bit pricey, and you probably don't need it. I mean, if you think you're going to be going to further graduate school and you're going to be publishing a dissertation and then working in academia, then it might make sense. But another option, if you want to have a little more information and more examples, you could get the Turabian manual. This is actually, it's basically the same as Chicago style with very few exceptions. This manual is just geared towards graduate students writing theses and dissertations. Even if you're not writing a dissertation, it's useful. It's a little more accessible, easier to get through for the average user. You can get a Kindle edition, for example, for $10. And it'll contain a ton of more examples than this quick guide. So it's one other option. You don't have to get this. I just wanted to mention it in case you wanted access to more examples. You can also, if you can't find something in this quick guide, a model for a source that you're looking for, you can just search online. For example, if you wanted to know how to cite a working paper in Chicago style, you could just search for that. And then look down, like here's a link to the actual Chicago Manual of Style. So if you wanted this, you would have to be logged in. But it won't be available otherwise. But look for .edu sources. These are usually writing centers or library pages at universities that teach students how to cite sources. So this is just one example. You could look, okay, this is how you do dissertations, conference papers, and working papers. And you could find the example that you're looking for, and that, of course, is free. So that's another way to do it. So let's just take a look if we wanted to cite this Bloomberg report, just as an example. Okay, so this is just an example. It's just some text here. In Microsoft Word, you want to go over to the References tab, put your cursor right after the period, insert a footnote. Okay, I already have a footnote, so I'm going to undo that. And I just already added this in. Chicago style likes a little bit different format, so you can remove the superscript here, create a first line indent, add one line of space between references, and I like to make it so that the references stay together, so you could right click and do paragraph, line and page breaks. I take off the widow and orphan control for the notes and just keep lines together and make sure the note doesn't get split across pages. Chicago likes to have a period after the note number here. And note that for the actual footnote numbers, we are leaving the superscript intact. That we do want superscript here, but not down here. Anyway, this is a minor detail, but it's a more professional, clean look. Okay, so the first time we cite this Bloomberg report, you notice that we have the full citation here. I just followed a model that I found on Chicago. By the way, I don't think this is in the quick citation guide, so if you're citing a report that has a corporate author, then you can just put the name of the corporation, put the title of the document, the publication information, and then you repeat the name of the corporation even if it's also listed as the author, the publication year, and then the page number. Let's just imagine I cited page 5. I'm just making this up. Okay, so looks like here I have cited a different article. I went to references. I already hit insert footnote. I already inserted this newspaper article. And actually I forgot to add, this is from Reuters. Now let's imagine that I cited this Bloomberg report again. We'll add our footnote, and now we don't want to have to type out this whole thing again every time we cite it, so you use what's called the short form, where you just put the author's last name, or in this case, there's no author's last name, so we just do this, and then we do a shortened title and the page number. Let's say we cited page 6 this time, and well, we would probably do this at the end. You can do everything from paragraph style. Okay, so that would be the shortened form, and you can see examples of that over here. For example, if you were citing a book, the first time you cite the book, you would have the full information. So in this case, Michael Pollan, the omnivores developed, blah blah blah, publication info, and page numbers. And then the second time you cite this book, you would just have the last name of the author, a 1, 2, or maybe 3 word shortened title, and a page number. If you have multiple authors, again, you would do the same thing, but here you would, for example, look at the second one here, you would list both authors' last names, a shortened title, and page numbers. So that's it. It's pretty straightforward. If you need more help with Chicago style, you can find plenty of free guides online, or you can get that Turabian manual. You're also welcome to ask me your questions, and I'll be happy to answer them. I hope this was helpful, and good luck with your citations.